Hi everyone. Today we are going to see about a topic called as starters with respect to DC motors. So why we need a starter? Can you guess what is the importance of a starter? What will happen if we are not using a starter to start a DC motor? So starter is nothing but it is a device which used to limit the starting current, and it also used for starting and stopping the motor quickly, safely and repeatable if required. Automatic control of the motor is possible, and it protects from the overload also. So what will happen if the during the initial condition, uh, if we switch on a motor without a starter? Since the armature in the DC motor is stationary, before starting EB is directly proportional to N, which is 0. So EB equal to 0. So the armature current will be 400 amperes instead of 200 volt and zero point 0.5 amperes, zero point 0.5 ohms. The rated current will be armature current will be 400 amps, which is um, huge increase when compared to the initial current. Hence, the starting current is very large. The current will burn out the armature windings. It will affect the insulation also. So, limiting the current to a safe value by inserting the resistance in series with the armature is highly needed. So, what is the important part of a starter? It The important necessity of a starter is to it may damage the if we are not using the starter, it may damage the rotating part of the motor and the load. It damage the armature winding. Failure of insulation due to overheating. It produces high sparking in the commutator surface and large amount of dip in the supply voltage. So how many types of starters we have in for switching on a DC motor? We have three types of starters. One is 2 point, next is 3 point, and the last one is 4 point starter. So why it is called as a 2 point starter? So 2 point starter indicates it will be having two terminals. One is L, another one is F. So L is called as line, F is called as a field. Mainly 2 point starters are used for series motors, switching on a series motor. So the two DC series motors. So series motors should not be started without half loaded condition. Initially the torque will be very high and it will run in an infinite speed if we are not using a if you are not loading the series motor more than 50%. So what is a 3 point starter? So 3 point starter is a starter which is used for DC constant speed motors, that in specific to a DC shunt motors. So the 3 points indicates L, F, and A. L represents line, F is field, and A represents the armature. So what is 4 point starter? 4 point starter is nothing but it is used for motors which have variable speed applications. So we have four terminals L, F, A, and N1. So coming to 3 point starter. So we have this is the diagram of the 3 point starter. We have starting resistance, we have no load coil, soft iron piece, starter handle, spring, overload release coil, uh, and field winding, and the motor. LFA indicates the line, field, and armature. During the initial condition, the starter handle will be in off position. When we switching it on, we will be moving the starter handle from position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then to the run position. During the initial position 1, resistance R1, R2, R3, R4, R5 will be included, so that high resistance, low current will be passing to the motor. So the motor will get started with the initial low current. At the position 2, R1 resistor will get disconnected and R2, R3, R4, R5 will get connected. So there will be increase in the current due to the decrease in the resistance. Similarly, it applicable to the cases zero point 0.3, zero point 0.4 and zero point 0.5. During the run position, the entire resistance R1 to R5 is cut off, so that the rated current will be flowing to the DC motor. So the motor runs in the rated speed. So what will happen if the motor power suddenly goes off? This no volt coil will get demagnetized and it will moves back to the original position of the starter handle. What is the purpose of the overload release coil? When the incoming voltage is higher than the normal 230 volt, uh, the overload release coil magnet will get magnetized so that the horizontal bar will get touches the magnet. This triangle part will touches the 2 points, so that it will make again the no volt release coil to get demagnetized, so that the motor handle will get removed. So this 3-point starter is used for constant speed applications.